That's my first night in Hong Kong done and dusted, and I'm in love with this place already. It's just phenomenal. The energy, the vibe, the colour, massive humanity. I love these places in Asia where the traffic is chaos. The place has just got character. The airport, last person on board the plane. I mean, there's people in front of me. I'll be the last person on board. First time that's happened. Check out the view. Whoa. Look at the A380. Isn't that fucking amazing? Just enormous. I'm literally fresh off the plane, just touched down in Bangkok, which is like, I don't know, right down in the heart of Hong Kong, and honestly, it's like everything I could have possibly expected, right? The colour, the smells, the sounds, it's just extraordinary. You know, my grandparents, God rest their soul, came to Hong Kong, I don't know, maybe a dozen times, 13, 14, 15 times. They came here lots of times. And it's funny, even just stepping out onto these streets for the first time, it's like I can actually feel them here. It's like I can feel a presence, and maybe that's because in their house they always had souvenirs and other stuff from this part of the world, you know, so even though I don't read Cantonese or Mandarin, the characters, the colour, the neon, it all kind of feels familiar. So this sort of feels like somewhere I've been before. And isn't that crazy? How there are places in the world that you've never been, you've never stepped anywhere, even remotely like this. And yet somehow it still resonates with you in some way. It still feels just that little bit familiar. I think that's just amazing. It's one of the beautiful things about travel. Anyhow, work's been super busy in the lead up to this trip, so I've literally had no time to prep it. So what you're going to see is an edition of A Life That Travels, a weekend in Hong Kong, completely made up on the fly, just following the nose. And you know what? There's something amazing about having the incredible fortune to do this kind of travel. Just literally show up in a place, wing it. Already managed to get some stuff done at the airport. I got data for my phone. How do we live without data? I remember backpacking all across Europe, where basically like you just had to rely on guides and people, and you know, shit went wrong all the time and you just had to kind of make it up as you went along. Now with data, internet, everything is so easy. Got here, got some data, got into town, dropped my bags at the hotel, and now let's go check out Bangkok and Hong Kong by night. Incredible. It's mental. Oh, this is sweet. So, found the markets, the night markets. Let's go do it. One thing is for sure, walking through this market, I can suddenly see why my grandparents always had this kind of kitsch stuff in their house, because wow, you could just go crazy here in terms of cheap, crappy souvenirs. It's awesome, I love it. In fact, in our office we've got this policy which is called every time you go travelling you have to buy what we call a shit gift. So it's basically like a cheap, tacky souvenir from somewhere in the world, which is a little bit unique, a little bit kitsch. Can't spend more than $10, that's one of the rules. The problem here in this market is like I could literally spend all night just scoping out the shit gift for the team. It's fantastic. The kind of crap that you find in these places is amazing. I mean, but sometimes I guess you just do need like a vast array of bizarre fidget spinners or funny cats doing this kind of shit, or bobble-headed cats, or USB keys with Darth Vader heads, or a fake watch, handbags, or a power bank in the form of a turd. Sometimes you just need that stuff. Oh my goodness. That was ballistic. That was dim sum. Let's see if I can get that up there. Dim sum. Holy moly. You have to like roll me home after that. What a great feed. Welcome to Hong Kong. This is outstanding. Dumplings. My strategy for this trip was like not to plan anything, just kind of come in here and line up some catch-ups with students who are studying in Hong Kong, and basically just hang out with them, find out what's been awesome for them studying here and living here and seeing some of the places where they hang out. So that's why I'm on this ferry going to Lamma Island, because a couple of students out there, Kim and Molly, are living out on this really quiet island. So I got to see that, which is something I never would have done in my entire life otherwise. And also getting like this stunning ferry ride past the main Hong Kong island. Like, look at all those high rises. You think Sydney's overdeveloped. Check out Hong Kong, it's incredible. This city just gets better and better, right? So this is the same street that I was on this morning filming, and there was not a soul, and now look at the throng. It's absolutely mind-boggling just how many people are here. Awesome. Well, decision made. It's going to be a cocktail at the Sheraton once the lights go down a little bit. But then for the sunset, just coming back down here to the harbour where I was this morning, just to see what the difference is. And oh my god, check this out. I do have to say though, it's still spectacular, even if I've got 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 of my new best friends hanging out. It's a different experience. Well, that was definitely kind of neat, the light show down at Big Harbour. The superb irony is that whilst everyone is absolutely obsessing about watching the man-made light show, that right there is the most spectacular full moon coming up. And I reckon it's gotten 1% of the attention. Not to criticise, like the light show was pretty cool. Come on, check out the moon. Check out the moon. Awesome. You know you've made it when you got fans like that. So I'm not quite sure what I've wandered into here down in Mongkok this evening, but it's like a high school talent quest gone wrong. It's just epic. There's like all of these groups of people like doing karaoke, people singing, dancing. It's out of this world. It's going crazy. I don't know what's going on over here, but this must be like one of the big ones because the selfie sticks are out like crazy. Let's have a look. Wow. Almost like the RSL talent quest. So awesome. Like this, no idea what was going on. Like Hong Kong, once again, just incredible. You know, the thing is that video just does not do this justice. Just how extraordinary this scene is. When France just won the World Cup, it probably looked something like this on the Champs-Elysees. And this is just like a regular Saturday night in Mongkok in Hong Kong. Fair dinkum. Get into that duet, guys. What I find quite fascinating is you've got like the brand new and the shiny down below, and then up above, you kind of got the ramshackle, unloved facades of the buildings. It's kind of everywhere. So ends what has been an absolutely extraordinary day in Hong Kong now. God, I feel like I've packed a lot in. Now granted, I was up at 4:30 to get down and watch the sunrise, but even still, so much in the backpack. And today, such great experiences. What an amazing city in just one day, how much you can do, because everything's so compact. And like, I think 12 dogs. There are 12 dogs. That has some advantage, doesn't it? Yeah. It's beautiful, isn't it? That is the most insane incense stick I've ever seen. So you can just see it in the background. Those incense sticks must be like a metre tall and like as big as my hand around.
This is the terminus.
Welcome back to Hong Kong International Airport. Like, I'm struggling to believe that it's only like 2 days ago, like 48 hours, that I actually touched down here to begin with. You know, there's been so much crammed in. You know, there've been 2 spectacular evenings. One, you know, exploring the night markets in Mongkok, and the other one down, you know, watching the beautiful reflections of the harbour lights, the you know, building lights on the harbour, and all the enthusiasm of the people watching the sound and light show, which, to be honest, was a little bit lame in some ways. But you know, just to see the people crammed in there was spectacular. The throng of people. You know, I've seen 2 spectacular sunrises. Once again, one over the harbour, another one from the top of King Rock. And most importantly, I've met the most wonderful people living and working here. You know, and I'm not talking about locals there. I'm really talking about Australians who've experienced studying and living in Hong Kong. And it's been a privilege to, you know, hear more about their experiences, which I'll obviously be sharing with you. Right now, to be quite honest, I'm absolutely cooked, and I'm ready for my flight home to Sydney. And to be honest, like, I've been blessed. Traveller's luck. Scored an upgrade. Thank you. So I'm flying home in business, which is amazing, because it's the red-eye flight. And I think at least I'm definitely going to get some sleep, because I don't feel like I've had very much the last couple of days. Hong Kong, what can I say? Unbelievable in so many ways. Completely floored by the spectacular nature of this city, and it should definitely be on your bucket list. Anyway, whatever you're getting up to today, I hope you're having a good one, and I'll see you next time on A Life That Travels. I'm Rob Malicki. See ya.